Well, disgraced FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried is now in police custody in the Bahamas and will likely be extradited to the U.S. He was supposed to testify before Congress tomorrow, and that's not going to happen. Let's bring in the panel, Democratic political analyst and class action attorney Kelly Hyman, along with Article 3 Project President Mike Davis. Welcome to you both. He was just this morning talking, Kelly, on different media things, saying, you know, I'm overbooked. I've got so many interviews to do. Well, not anymore. And these charges, you look at these things and you look at bank fraud and wire fraud and the others, and these are Bernie Madoff type charges that landed him in prison, landed him a 150-year sentence.
No, that's true, and you bring up a really key point. Now, we haven't seen the indictment because it's sealed. Supposedly, it's going to come out tomorrow, but there's allegations, as you said, of wire fraud, of all these types of frauds, and the key thing is intent. Did he have that intent? Was that his intent? Did he intend to defraud this people? And that's going to be key in these types of cases.
Yeah, and I wonder, Mike, if you think there are any political ramifications with all this, because, you know, you look at this, he was supposed to testify before Congress tomorrow. I'm wondering, do we miss anything because of that? Is this all going to shake out in the wash, or did we miss some key questioning and some key information that we really need at this point in the game?
Well, it's amazing what $40 million to Democrats by Sam Bankman-Fried can buy, because he didn't even have a subpoena to testify tomorrow, and he was going to be able to testify remotely from the Bahamas. I was the Senate staff leader for 30 hearings and 40 other Senate Judiciary Committee meetings, and I've never seen anything like this. And you have to question, why is the Biden Justice Department, why are they filing charges and seeking this extradition before he had the opportunity to testify tomorrow? Why wouldn't they want him to testify and hear more directly from his mouth on his intent?
Yeah, it's a fair question, Kelly.
No, that's an interesting point, but you know, a lot of people think that they want justice, and they're impressed that they're moving quickly and moving forth to get something done to help the American people that have been harmed. Let's get this, let's bring this case against him right away.
Yeah. Speaking of wanting justice, we'll move on to the Hunter Biden laptop there. I want to play this. This is concerning the 51 Intel officials that called this, you know, Russian disinformation in the lab, had all the hallmarks of Russian disinformation. Listen to Congressman Jim Banks.
Remember, the only collusion that was happening here was between the Biden for President campaign and these 51 former intelligence officials. They coordinated this attack to try to sweep the story about the Hunter Biden laptop under the rug. What these former intelligence officials did is they cheapened the entire intelligence community.
Mike, should these former Intel officials go before Congress? Should we see what they have to say about this?
Absolutely. They signed a letter 2 weeks before the 2020 presidential election that they had to have known was bogus. They were trying to influence the 2020 presidential race. They tried to kill a story by the New York Post, one of the oldest newspapers in America, that had smoking gun evidence that Joe Biden was on the Ukrainian and Chinese payrolls. There was foreign corruption that absolutely would have changed the outcome of the 2020 election. And so they jumped in and had this story killed and had big tech censor it. You couldn't even pull up the link of this New York Post story from big tech.
Yeah, you really can. Kelly, your thoughts on this? Because really a lot of people are thinking, you know, I'd really like to hear the rationale, the reasoning behind these Intel officials coming out and saying, hey, and the FBI going in with these weekly meetings with Twitter. Your thoughts?
Well, how much is it going to cost American people, and is it going to help American people? I think that's the key. People vote for people. They want people to make a difference and help them. Is that a concern for American people? Or are people concerned about costs? What do the American people want? And I think that's key. Are we going to spend millions of dollars on this and find out what? There's allegations that it did not happen. And so we have to think about what's going to be best for the American people and help them.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would like to know why the FBI was meeting with Twitter every week, week in and week out, and warning them and flagging them about the Biden administration and the Biden laptop. Kelly, Mike, thank you both. We appreciate your time.
Great to see you.
Thank you.